Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, y'all came back. Yay. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And most importantly, tell a friend. My goodness, look at Kelly. Kelly, you just cracking me up. Sweet baby Jesus.
Right?
Heather the bro is coming back. Yes, this is the news that I woke up to this morning, and I knew it was going to be a bright and sunshiny day.
And shout
Oh,
out, and I want to shout out to Kelly because she actually sent me the post yesterday on
mhm.
IG, and then I saw Emily Baker tweet about it. I'm like, oh, hold up, let me check out this article from People. I'm like, here we go, Andy. You better come. You better try to save your job.
Well, I don't know if any of you guys did, but I listened to Heather Dubrow's podcast this morning where she had Andy Cohen on it, where they made their announcement about it, and I was like, okay, this is coming actually from the horse's mouth and the boss. All right now.
And in fact, they got rid of 3-2. He's like, we gonna make a whole. They weren't
Oh,
playing though. I didn't believe it until I saw this because remember there was rumors about a huge cash shakeup. We're like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it. And this came out. I'm like,
mhm.
oh, y'all wasn't playing. I mean,
Yeah,
but the thing is, they didn't have a choice because this is your first franchise, and you can't let it sink the way it's sunk.
yeah. So basically, they're bringing back Heather, and then they're getting rid of Kelly. What's her name?
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn. Oh yeah, I should have read it. And then Elizabeth. Um, how much you? I was telling Jamal this earlier before we came on. I was like, how much you want to bet that Heather negotiated? She'll come back, but only if Kelly leaves.
I agree. I can't fault that logic because she can't stand Kelly.
I think she was one of the contributing parts of her like saying, I'm out of here. I can't
I
take this
I do
anymore."
think the filming of the house was part of it, but I think Kelly was a part of a major part of it as well because she really thought Kelly was low class.
Yeah,
And,
when she said, "See you next Tuesday at the table," and Heather just
hmm
got up and said, "I'm out. Done."
Yeah,
Oh my God. So
but here's the thing
yeah.
though. I
Mhm.
will say this, and I told you this off camera.
Mhm.
I would have kept Elizabeth for one more season because, like, I'll go back to her. Our first entrance to her was her tagline. She said, "I made my money the old-fashioned way, married rich, and then made more." I'm like, okay, that gives me an idea of your personality and your wit. So I like that. And then she had a story to tell.
Mhm.
Being raised in the cold, I think it was her grandfather that told her don't really embrace your Latina side because you could pass for white, so you need to play that up. She had a lot of story to tell.
Mhm.
What Bravo did wrong is they brought her in a season too soon. Her first season should have been this season so she could have talked about the divorce and spilled the beans.
Mhm. Mhm.
So Bravo did her a disservice. I would have
Mhm.
kept her another season to see what's going on there because I thought she was cool. She spoke her mind. She actually has businesses. I like her. I liked her. I wanted to see more of her. But like my thing is this: let's call a thing a thing. Elizabeth gave me more this season than Gina's gave me in what 3 or 4.
Well, yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, quite honestly, I would have fired everybody.
I mean, they couldn't fire everybody because it would be too many spots to fill in such a short time. They
Heather
couldn't
could
afford
find
to.
some friends up in Newport Beach. Even if they rotated every damn episode, I don't care. I had lost that much interest in the old dog of all of these franchises. I seriously, I was done.
Yeah,
But
like
anyway.
Emily is
Hmm.
like Emily never had a storyline. She's always been boring. Gina's boring. Shannon is Shannon. So I mean, and it's bad to say this, but it's really not because they kept the best of the lot. They kept the best of the lot, bringing
Mhm.
Heather. I mean, y'all just need to hurry and get Tamara and Vicky on the line and quit playing these type of games with me. Don't play with me.
Okay, so who's left? Sorry, who's left? Cooch wants to know who's left.
Emily, Gina, and Shannon.
Right, and then they're bringing in Heather.
And
They
Heather.
need people. They need at least 3 more people for your perfect number of housewives, right?
For me, we bring back Tamara, Vicky, and bring me a Latina up, a real Latina up in this piece.
Hey Heidi, like a real Latina, like J-Lo Latina?
Like someone who actually embraces their their Latino roots. Like they still cook maybe they're Cuban, the Cuban food and celebrate all the Cuban
Mm,
holiday. Someone who's really into their
no.
culture.
What about the lady from the Desperate Housewives, Eva Longoria? She's of Mexican descent and her husband is Mexican and they got money.
Yeah, if they could give Eva Longoria, because I want to um hear her talk about Tony Parker and that
Why?
foolishness, because I want to know how she found out about the affair. Because remember, if I recall correctly, Tony Parker was cheating with his teammate's wife.
Right. Yeah.
So, and quiet as kept, when Tony Parker walked into my job one time, we all looked at him like, "How you?" We looked at him. We couldn't stand him at the time because it had just came out. We all gave him the eye, because like, how you gonna cheat on Eva? We was really mad at him about that.
Not y'all taking it personal, damn.
Not Eva though. Not Eva. Come on now.
Okay, so Heidi doesn't want Eva.
Oh, your loss is gonna be part of Miami. That's gonna be a trip.
Yeah. But what is Larsa? She's not Latina. I thought she was I don't know why I thought she was
I
of
thought she was Persian for some reason.
I didn't think it was Persian. I thought it was Lebanese. Let's Google it. Wait,
I
no, my
am.
other
You know
screen
I
was up.
am.
Yeah, I can't I don't want y'all to see what I'll be Googling.
Oh,
What is she?
she's Syrian Lebanese. Okay.
Ah, okay. That's a good mix.
Okay.
Mhm. That's a good mix. I don't know. Like, is this a dead horse? Can
No,
Heather bring this back in
not
all
by
her
herself.
Chanel and Champs fineness?
I mean, not by herself, but some. We do need some of her truly rich adjacent friends, though.
Mm. What if we bring on Vanessa Bryant? They neighbors.
Vanessa would be a coup for
I
them.
would love it. Like, even if she was like a Kathy Hilton friend, not like a full-time orange
Hmm.
holder, but like if we
But
could ease her in.
here's the thing, though.
Hmm?
How is Gina going to fit in with the truly rich? Like how is like she's going to feel some kind of way when she walks into Heather's house.
Why
I'm
are you bringing out
saying,
our behind the scenes conversation?
because it's important, because it's a dynamic of the show. Like, Gina lives in her townhouse, which is great that she owns, but like, will your townhouse to fit in the corner of Heather's like ballroom? Like, what are you gonna do with that? You know?
Enjoy your time over at Heather's house to get away
I
from all the people in yours.
I just feel bad.
Maybe that'll be a storyline. Her feeling uncomfortable. Who knows? Didn't what's her name feel uncomfortable around in Dallas? Oh God, what's her name? The girl that did the stupid Asian IG post.
Brandy.
Right. She had her whole storyline about feeling uncomfortable about around one of her other castmates, and it failed. So let's try it again.
So Heidi says, no, not Heather. I wasn't happy to hear that. New Tim was coming back. Gina is a minority. Shannon needs to go. I mean, Ms. Bador or Miss Storms Bador. I mean, we know we need Shannon because we need her to pop off every so often. Okay. Here's the reason why we need Shannon this season. We
Mm.
need Shannon because her and Tamara on the outs, and if Tamara comes back, then we need that conflict for Shannon, and then Heather will be
Ooh,
there to play mediator.
no. She's gonna not be good with Heather because Heather is gonna be a reminder of everything that she lost in her divorce.
But Shannon didn't lose anything. Shannon asked for
She
lower payment.
did. She did. She lost a zip code. She lost a spouse, and she lost social standing. And that's the social standing
No,
thing is
mm-mm,
important for her. I feel
no.
so. I feel
Shannon, but
so.
you have to remember though, David did not elevate Shannon. Shannon elevated David. I wish people would
No,
understand that.
I completely understand that, but she was living that life in her head.
What life?
She again in her head, because honestly, I think she would have kept on going if he kept himself discreet.
She would have kept going for her children, but
Mhm.
her her family is like God. She comes from money. She
Mhm.
never needed David. David needed her quiet as kept. And if I recall correctly, it was her parents that gave him the money for his business.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
recall correctly,
Mhm.
so I understand you do want to say that she wanted to keep the marriage for appearances. Fine, I'll give that.
Mhm.
But as far as social standing and so this and that, no,
When I say social
no.
standing, the family unit, like they had this image that she was desperately trying to keep in
But that's a
place.
but that's an image. That's not a social standing though. That's what I'm saying. It's
It's
two different
part
things.
of her social standing. And
No, David
again,
was,
it's in her head.
but
It's
they, but she
in her
never.
head.
But the thing is, David, she never equated David with social standing. That's dumb. She had that. That's what I'm saying. You have to separate. You have to separate appearances from social standing. David, David was not the cause of her social standing. She had that.
I never
Be,
said he was.
but you can't. But you can't say social standing. Social standing is like how you're perceived in a community. It's what you. It's about your family. This and that. That's what I'm saying. Like just because David's not there doesn't hurt her social standing. She's still a storm. It is what it is.
I don't know. I just think that Heather will be a bee in her bonnet.
I don't think so. I think they've grown past their issues. Like I think even later on, Shannon said that they've worked past it because she kind of when she watched the season back, she could see how she was acting.
Mhm.
So I think they're past that. I mean Heather and
When hold on. How many seasons did Heather stay on with Shannon?
let me check for you.
Heidi says 2. Shannon is still jealous of Heather. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Because it was the battle of the mansions in Newport Beach with the two of them. Come on
All right,
now.
let's see where we're
I
at.
don't
Sorry. So
remember.
Shannon has been on since season 9. Heather was with Shannon on seasons 9, 10, and 11. So it was 3.
Mhm. Okay.
It was 3. Because remember, they were there through Shannon coming on, then the whole Brooks situation, and then Megan
Mhm.
with the whole Megan situation. Yeah, 3.
Mhm. All I got to say is thank God Heather wasn't there when that divorce happened and that Newport Beach house had to be sold. Thank
Oof.
God. Because Heather left when they were building their second home in
Right.
Newport.
hmm
So, yeah. This should be good though. This should
But
be
David was
good.
dumb though. I was mad at David. I was really always mad at him because of one how he treated Shannon. Two, like
Mhm.
sir, like Be discreet, because she is like the type of woman who really don't care. I'm gonna call it. She will. She like. I agree with you. She
Mhm.
would have kept up that marriage for appearances, not social standing.
Yeah, she would have kept up appearances
Appearances. Yes. 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 Yes.
just so that like her family was intact. And then if he didn't play those mind games with her at home, she'd have been good. He could have gone and did whatever the hell he wanted.
Hmm.
Because back then, like, I'm sure she thought that his sperm was causing her some sort of like pain in her shoulder or something that she had to go to the doctor to work out. She was a hypochondriac back then, and she was pretty heavy in the tequila. Was the tequila or
Hmm.
vodka? Vodka.
Yep. Josephine Joseph Shannon comes from that, from old money.
Yeah,
So
she was born in Beverly Hills, so she could
she's
cross
cool.
over to Beverly Hills.
She cool.
Mm-hmm.
I miss, and I do miss. Yeah, I miss Dr. Moon, Coach. Dr.
Wait.
Moon. Dr.
Dr.
Moon.
Moon, yep. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name, but I love him. I love him. Like at least once a season, she needs to go to him so that she can get
Her
her
chakras.
crap. Yes, yes,
Her
her
chakras.
needles and her alignment, and I don't know what else he does to her. I wonder how much he bills her for though.
Right. Part of her insurance.
He will never retire once he has her on his patient list. She still
Mm-mm.
is tequila. Okay, tequila. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So the next story, I think we spent too much time on this, but the next story that we found interesting, Erica's attorneys dropped her.
That's a shame.
And they dropped her on the day that The Housewife and the Hustler came out. These are her bankruptcy attorneys. Uh, what is she gonna do?
I mean, this is just such a bad case for it. In my opinion, this is such a bad case for her to come into with no lawyers, and it will be very difficult for a lawyer to come in, because you. The reason why I say that, because a lot of lawyers in high profile cases will work on contingency, but contingency is based on the fact that you think your client will win some money, and since they trying to get some money, ma'am, I don't see this happening for you. I think she's gonna get like a public defender. I'm just saying, she ain't got no money.
Well, but do you think that they dropped her once they saw the Housewife and the Hustler? Do you think that that
Mm.
documentary like killed any sort of way for them to represent her?
I'm going to say yes, because her public opinion about her is already bad. We know that, but you
Mm,
add this on top of it.
yeah.
I don't think any lawyer is really trying to be a part of this mess. In any kind of documentary, any kind of Lifetime movie, any type of HBO IMAX special, no one's trying to be involved to do that.
Was the special, the streaming special, was that approved by her? Or like Tom? Or was that an unauthorized thing?
I mean, they put it out.
Because if what I'm saying, like if it was unauthorized, then
It
you
would say
can't
unauthorized.
blame it was what?
If it's unauthorized, it has to say unauthorized.
Oh,
From what I've seen over the years and from what I understand.
she has money if she sells, but
She can't
okay,
sell
they
anything.
can't. They put a court order against her to like to stop her from
Hmm.
selling stuff because the courts want to claim that to pay back the victims that lost their settlement money. Child, how is she going to get somebody else?
I have public defender, maybe. I have no clue.
Because look what they say. All right. So they sent her a letter advising that they were withdrawing from being her representative in the case. The relationship of trust and confidence that is essential to a properly functioning attorney client relationship has broken down. And in the good faith assessment of counsel, the relationship is irreparable. The firm also said they have advised Erika to seek new representation and have warned her of the potential consequences of not timely securing replacement counsel. Is their case coming up soon?
They're probably heading into court proceedings. From what it sounds like, I wonder where the breakdown happened. Because the way this is written, it sounds like they were giving her advice and she wasn't taking it.
But what else can you do but cooperate with your attorney when you're in a situation like this?
Well, you would think that, but the client's in charge when it comes down to these proceedings, and they can do what they want. It's just your job to guide them in the best direction. It's up to them to make the final decision. I agree, Cooch. Sounds more like a major disagreement or client withholding. Yep.
Whoa.
But Pearl, like, I can understand that sentiment, but they're citing irreparable differences, though. You know, it's not like this sounds like there was some sort of ethics situation going on there. So I'm more inclined to agree with Cooch's assessment on this one. But I can definitely see where you're coming from, because how is she paying these people, her lawyers anyway? Like with those Bravo checks, that's like the only thing she has coming in, and maybe some royalties off her music, but that's not going to be enough for all the work that's going to go into this case.
Maybe she accidentally told them about an account offshore.
Oh, Pearl said, "Yeah, bounce checks. That's called not bounce, not hot checks, bro. Not the hot checks." What are your thoughts overall, like with the situation? Do you think it was more of either they found something and they confronted her on it, or they would give her legal advice and she just decided she was going to do what she's going to do?
The relationship of trust and confidence that is essential to a properly functioning attorney-client relationship has broken down. She got caught in a lie.
Okay.
She got caught in a lie, which could jeopardize the case. And here's the things. If you guilty, your lawyer want to know that you guilty so that they can fight that. And she withheld probably information, which she probably lied about, and they found out about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to go down looking like chumps.
That's fair. I'm along the same lines, but I think they found out something.
Do you think it has anything to do with the Hulu special, though?
Not so much, because it sounds like the letter came out before the Hulu situation, so I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to go
with an advanced copy, though? Because they're the attorney. What if somebody from the production company was shady, knowing what they had, and sent it to her attorneys for review along with her ahead of time? And has anybody seen The Hustler and the Housewife? Has anybody seen it? I don't have Hulu.
Me neither. My thing is this. I really believe that they did some research of their own, found something that wasn't right, confronted her on it, and then she lied about it.
Yeah, it's lying.
That's why I think
somebody lying.
That's why that's really what I think it is. Because who said it? Sorry, Pearl said, I agree. No lawyer will back away from a high profile client if they lose, as long as they can keep billing you. Right. Mm-hmm. But they can't knowingly go into proceedings knowing their client is lying, because what this does for them, They're like, well, if you're lying about this, what else are you lying about? And they're not going to take that risk.
Because they don't
I,
want it to come out in court and then they are caught
mhm.
not knowing. Like, that's what I said. If you know you guilty, tell your lawyer. They know how to argue the case to help you if they know the truth, whether you're guilty or innocent. But if you let your lawyer go into court and opposing counsel has the dirt and they don't, you doing yourself a disservice.
Because you're putting your lawyer in a going in blind, basically. That's where it is. I think I'm on your track on this one, with the lying. Now that I think about it, okay, there's this. Okay, no, so you piece it.
Look at what Heidi said. Never lie to your clergyman or your lawyer. And doctor. God, I think I've lied to everybody.
I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. And the interesting is we're gonna have to watch this in parallel with the court documents that come out, because now we know she has no lawyer, and I want to know how this plays out on camera, and like how much we actually get to see.
How long can she go without getting an attorney? Like, she has to have one to go into court for the next proceeding, right?
I would think so, because I don't think she can represent herself. But this is definitely something to keep watching, because there's so many twists and turns. You get dropped by your legal representation. That's bad.
Yeah, and it wasn't Emily D. Baker reviewing all these court documents. No, she wasn't. Who was she doing the other day?
She was doing Erika the other day.
Okay, yeah. So she actually has the court documents. You can go over to her and hear all of the legal nerds go over everything.
This is gonna be good, though. This is gonna be good.
Heidi, are you gonna do any of this? Are you gonna go over any of these legal documents on your show? Heidi Black in our live. She has a channel on YouTube that, in addition to doing like lighter stuff like the Housewives and stuff like that, she also does court cases. So you can check out Heidi's channel. It's called Heidi Black. And yes, she is doing it. Cool. Thank you, Jamal, for putting that up. Appreciate it. Check her out. Like I said, we really are trying to push small creators on YouTube. So we're trying to band together and promote each other on our various platforms. Okay, so Jamal, any final comments on either of these little messy house? Oh, what was the latest on? I know this is a pop-up. Did something happen with Jen Shaw this week as well?
Oh, she went. I think she went in this week, begging and boohooing for them to drop the charges.
You serious? What'd they say?
I don't know. I think they said denied from what I've been understanding. I haven't read anything into it yet.
Look, can't blame a girl for trying.
Nope.
Okay, so what did Pearl say here about the documentary? I think the documentary paints her lawyers in a bad light, and they're probably protecting their what? Nuh-uh. Okay, so Emily covered Jen's court documents too. Oof. Heidi says no deal. Okay. Jen had a ton of bad excuses of why she doesn't deserve this to happen to her. Well, I don't deserve to be poor either, but hey, that's where I am. We could all say that we don't deserve things that happen to us in life.
I mean, what kind of excuses? You're defrauding elderly people, amongst others. Like, how do you not deserve what's happening to you? I'm confused. I'm going to need Jen not to speak anymore. I don't want to hear anything from Jen Shaw until she's actually on my screen on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm going to need her to get a new tagline, like, I'm no longer Queen B, and I hope I don't wind up in Cell Block D. I think that should be her new tagline.
I'm gonna need Bravo to change the production company of this particular franchise because they did not get her arrest on film.
Mm-mm.
Hi, all back again with the boring housewives. Oh my God, yes, Oblavi, with our boring jailhouse housewives. Oh my God. Well, not Heather. Sorry.
You get like, but we need Heather to bring some of her friends on the show though.
I hope she does. I mean, like her neighbor friends, not the ones that are in like OC proper. I want this show to veer over to Newport Beach. Just
Yeah,
saying. I'm tired of Kodo.
Marina Del Rey, or South, a little bit of the South Bay people. Yeah, that could work.
As long as they got money.
Yeah.
I'm siding with like you and Ablavi. They got to be rich. I want to see a Champs room. I want to see a chiller on the ginormous island in your kitchen. That the top surface is cut out of one slab of marble. Yeah.
Italian marble.
Italian marble.
Oh, Italian marble. But I think we're good, Debbie. I think we covered everything. You know, we covered Fancy Pants coming back. You
How dare
know,
you? How dare you? Not Fancy
you
Pants.
know, three of the people who need to go are gone. I mean, we could have kept Elizabeth, but she wasn't there long enough for me to care. And then Erika's getting fired left and right. Beautiful.
It's not any of these shows was Adrian Malouf. Yes, you have a point there. Yeah. Okay. Any final words?
No, we're good. Thank you everyone for like hopping back on with us. This was not a scheduled show, but due to the excitement of the news, we kind of had to pop on real quick.
Yes, thanks so much for hanging out with us again today.
Make sure before we go, I'm going to drop these links for you. Just make sure you're subscribed to Heidi Black's channel, as long as the Blobby M's channel.
Yes.
You know, like, give me 1 second. I gotta put this in there too before we hop off.
And don't forget, watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tonight. And what else is on tonight? Family Karma?
I think it's Family Karma.
Yeah, those are our 2 shows tonight, and we'll see you back here 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, so that we can go over the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's divorce night and Family Karma, where it's just curry night. I don't know. Whatever drama Vishal has.
Bobby, no problem. Just
what?
Helping out. She said, "Thanks for the plug." Oh, it's our pleasure. Like you should always you can't always plug people, drop links, especially when they're showing love by being in your chat and contributing. So of course, no worries at all.
Yep.
Are we good?
Ooh, yes, we are.
All right.
Until next time.
I'll say yes.
All right.
All right. Bye.